gym, trying to get myself ready to see you later on in the year. I can also see that there's a little bit of interest in what we might be performing, and we would love to hear from you. If you leave your comments below with what your favourite song is, we will try and fit those in. Okay, it's just before the school run, and I thought I'd just pop on to let you guys know that this weekend we've got a photo shoot. I'm hoping you guys are going to be around. I will try and post as much as I can of what's going on during the day, and try and maybe even have some live chats. I'm not sure how you do it, but I will soon. So if you're around, pop onto our Insta page, and hopefully sometime during the day we'll get to say hi.
This year, blessing, money, testimony. Go to follow, you they go.
This year, good news, giant, plenty balling. Go to follow, you they go.
Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life.
Everything you've been wanting, manifesting for your life.
Even before you call, you don't answer. That's the way every day goes. Every time we've no control.
For the happiest year of my life.
How do you put together the perfect set list?
I don't know if it's perfect. I think what we're going to do is, I mean, because we've got so many hits that we'll literally go, put that one in. No, what about this one? And we've got quite a few. We've actually done segments into one song to the next, so that you can get a feel for some of the songs that we won't be performing, but you'll hear them, but only a segment off air. It was really, really tricky and difficult to actually put together a final list, but
have we still got a final list? We keep going back and forth. We're undecided.
Yeah,
we'll have a chat in a minute,
last minute,
and I'll tell you the ones we want in there as well.
Dubai 92.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Reach out, touch what was once just in your imagination. Don't.
Les musiciens, on va faire une soirée ce soir. C'est super.
Non, on est beau quand même.
Non, ça va. Allez au travail.
Anniversaire Babouchka.
So, the name of this group suggests that they are Everlasting, an everlasting British girl group formed in 1992, originally a four-piece, including two sisters. The two sisters were brought up in Croydon, and their biggest track featured the American gospel and R&B singer BB Winans. Chi in Northwood, you got it right. Matthew in Beckton, you got it right. And I know many more of you got it right as well. They were the first couple to come in. I am, of course, talking about the fabulous Eternal. I have got Easther and Vernie sitting in front of me. We're going to play your big song. Say hello, though.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, we're going to get into your big song and then we're going to have a chat, okay?
Brilliant.
Won't you let me be?
Oh, yes. Easther on the live vocals at the end there. I love that. You have just been listening to Eternal featuring BB Winans, I Want to Be the Only One. And I am delighted to say that this week's Nostalgia After 9, our special guests are the brilliant Easther and Vernie of Eternal. Brilliant to have you here in the studio. Well, let's start with, where do you start? But let's start with that song that we just heard, I Want to Be the Only One. I mean, it racked up millions and millions of streams of, at the time, sales. And it was one of the biggest hits that you had as a group. So let's say, 1997 reached number one in the UK singles charts with this track. It won you the 1997 MOBO Award for Best Single. You also have 7 Brit nominations as well, and you achieved 15 UK 20 top 20 hits.
Say it like that.
I mean,
when you're in the middle of it, you just don't even realise. It just happens.
That's big. So let's start with that track. And Easther, how does it feel when you hear that song?
I'm always jumping up, wanting to sing it, wanting to dance. Naturally, we did it with BB Winans, which is one of our favourite singers, growing up in the church and listening to gospel. So for us, it was like gobsmacked when our management put us together with them. It's like, who would you like to sing with? You didn't think it was going to happen. And then when it happened, you're like, oh my God, you're just in awe.
Yeah.
But he's, he just fell in just right. It's just like a big brother, to be fair. So it was amazing to sing with him and for him to write for us.
Vernie, take us back to that moment. What was that like
when we met BB?
Yeah.
Do you know, actually, I actually remember, I think it was either Psalm, East or West, as was studio, and he came down and met us there. And then he came, he got on the piano and he was going, right, basically, I want to see where all your vocal ranges are. We went, okay.
That was the trick.
And he just played and said, right, Vernie, okay. And then he went, right, Easther. And he just literally just went through and right, I know what I'm going to write for you. And that's how it all sort of came together. And him writing songs which were specifically for us, you can't get any better, really.
Okay, now this I did not realise that you wrote that specifically for you. That, I mean, it has your stamp all over it. So, it's such a brilliant feel-good song, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that must have been so special then, knowing that he wanted to put this together for you. So then when it did as well as it did, I mean, was it a surprise? You were already doing very well by this point, but that song was huge,
It was
wasn't
definitely a surprise. It was almost like when we heard how well we did with Stay, and all of us like jumped up, was all together and started dancing and singing and starting to do the routine. Equally, when we've heard that, I Want to Be Only One has hit number one and it's still going on for so long. It's something, that every band looks forward to, every band works towards. And being a black artist at the time, it's iconic, isn't it? It's like not many of us reach there.
Yeah.
We're releasing singles, you're dropping them all the time, but you never reach that number one. So, yes, it's nice to be able to hold that torch and say, yes, we did it.
It's so funny when you mentioned Stay just then and the music, and I should do the
You got it.
This is radio, so you can't see what I just did, but I just did the dance move to Stay.
Absolutely brilliant.
And so, of course, iconic dance moves, iconic fashion. There's a real appetite for the 90s at the moment. Vernie, tell us about what it was like when you had Stay, which was the breakout single. It was a bit of a toss-up between those two songs, and we went with that one. But what was it like when you had the big success with Stay, when that first was released?
When it was released, I remember being...
I remember exactly where I was. I remember the radio coming on, and it was the countdown, because back then we had Top of the Pops, didn't we? And it was like the countdown radio, and it was number 10, number 8, and we're going, oh my God, like we're not number 5. We haven't heard ourselves yet. You know, it was amazing just to hear it come on radio. And, you know, we've been singing for years in church. So to hear our dreams come true and everybody else can hear it as well, it was just an amazing feeling. It was absolutely... You can imagine.
Literally.
And of course, I mentioned there some of the accolades which you have under your belt. So 1997, the Mobo Award for Best Single for the song that we just heard, I Want to Be the Only One. And as I said, you also achieved 7 Brit nominations, and you achieved 15 UK top 20 hits between 93 and 99. Easther, talk to me about the nominations and accolades and what that acknowledgement meant to you then, and if it still means something to you now.
Do you know, at the time it did mean a lot to us, because it shows that our music has been recognised. Our efforts, what we're doing, we're recognised. The songs that we actually even took part in writing are recognised. And growing up, I used to sort of sneak out the house late at night and go to nightclubs singing, you know, and then eventually met Dennis, and it's like, that comes to fruition, you know, that it's that stamp of, yes, you guys are amazing, or, you know, because we have to believe it ourselves, but then when other people say it, then it's more powerful. And sort of, but going through the motion and going from one sort of performance to another, sometimes it gets washed all up in the laundry. So sitting here now, hearing you saying it, and thinking back, it's just like, really?
We did all
Did we
that.
do all of that? Still can't believe it.
Yeah.
But it's amazing to hear.
Yeah. Amazing. It's an amazing feat. It's a really amazing feat.
It is.
Now, of course, I have to mention that you started off as a full piece with Kelly Bryan and Louise Nerding. And 4 have now become 3. So I've got 2 sisters here.
Yes.
But you are now a 3-piece with Christel Lakhdar, who's also part of the group. Vernie, tell us a little bit about Christel.
Oh, she's amazing. She's got an amazing vocal, gorgeous personality, and we just clicked the first time that we met. She's French, so the first time we met was over Zoom. And when we got talking, we laughed, and she's into. It's not kickboxing. It's
it's kickboxing.
I thought it was like taekwondo or something like that. Yeah, and it was like she was saying, like, when I come over, you girls will be. And I was like, oh my God, she's going to put us through our paces.
I know. I was going to say, when she comes up, what's she going to do with her?
Yeah, no, she's putting us through our paces because we got to get ready for gigging and stuff. So she's like really, she's on it on the fitness level, and she's just an amazing girl, and we're really pleased to have her on board.
Yeah, and so why did you decide then that you wanted to add another voice to both of you, to the group, so to speak?
Well, I think when you're thinking about harmonies, it makes sense, but then also visuals, it also made sense. So that's why we thought the group just looks better when you've got that 3-piece. Yeah, it just fits better.
Yeah. And you said harmonies there. You see, that's the difference between you and I. You're singers. I didn't think about the harmonies. You're a 3-piece harmony, of course, and someone to take it to the bridge. Someone to take it to the bridge. Okay, so let's talk about R&B in the 90s, because there were some huge American groups that really cut through, and you were likened to the British En Vogue, which I think that's a huge compliment. Do you think
compliment as well? Yeah,
and vice versa as well.
Yeah.
So 90s R&B was just a fine time in life, and as you sort of alluded to, Easther, groups didn't always cut through. There were singles that were picked up and that were dropped. So what do you think it was that really helped you to cut through? I mean, I'm sort of answering my own question. It was the brilliant vocals and the dance moves and the fashion.
You can answer for me. The dance moves and the fashion. Definitely the songs. I think, you know, having great A&R representatives back then and Dennis Inglesby, it made a massive difference finding the songs. Now, I must say, we're a bit of tearaways because some of the songs that came to us, we were like, we ain't doing it. That just doesn't work for me. I don't like that one. And lo and behold, they're the ones that,
really
made
big.
the biggest impact.
It's like that Tina
It's
Turner.
one of those things.
Tina Turner didn't want to do
What's Love Got to Do with It?
And it's like one of her
Bucks Fizz did
biggest.
it or something. Bucks Fizz did it. Did you know that? Bucks
Yes.
Fizz did a Tina Turner song first.
Oh, I
and
didn't
then,
know that.
Yeah, and then Tina Turner took it and did her thing.
And it
made
really did its
And that's the
thing.
thing. Yeah. Songs fit differently for different artists. Yeah.
So tell us a song that you hadn't anticipated doing, which went on to be really good.
One of them was Oh Baby I.
Oh. Okay, I mean, I would. You
and
think
some.
Oh baby, no, I won't. Why didn't you come to me when you were looking for a third person?
Oh, had we known.
You can always join and do a cameo for us.
You'll regret that. So, Oh Baby I, and that was a big hit, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So sometimes when you hear it first time, it's about, I think, perhaps putting your stamp on it then and making it your own.
Yeah. Because naturally it comes to you with another singer
vocal,
on there. Nothing wrong with that singer. It's just maybe the way that they've presented it or they attack the song. It's not necessarily how you would. And when you do it, it does make a big difference.
alive.
When it's properly produced, it does make a big difference.
Yeah. So, Vernie, tell us, how does it feel getting back on stage and performing again? Because as I was saying, there is such an appetite at the moment for nostalgia, for 90s and for some of these great songs.
Yeah.
And actually, a lot of the songs which we're hearing in the charts are often referencing or sampling songs from
back in the day,
yeah,
right?
from back in the day.
Yeah.
So, how does it feel for you being part of this renaissance, if you like, of 90s music?
I'm loving it. I've got a daughter that is 14, 15. No, she's 15. No, she's 14. Do you know what it is? Do you know what that is?
14.
She's 14 because she's like 14 going on 18. She tells me, no, Mum, I'm old enough. I'm, so it confuses me. Anyway, I have a daughter that is listening to all the songs and when she's playing them back to me from your TikToks and all the different, and I'm going, you know that song? Because what she's actually playing is 90s songs, the songs that we were doing back then. And she goes, yeah, Mum, it's like really hot. And I'm like, so it just shows you those great songs have lasted through time and the kids now are playing them again. So to have been part of that era and now to be coming back and re-exhibiting all of our hits, it's an amazing feeling.
Yeah. Jodeci, Brian McKnight.
God, keep going.
Yeah, SWV. I mean, come on. Great
Boys
group.
to Men, I'm hearing they're back
Amazing
out as well.
groups.
And tell us about then some of the places that you're going to be performing, because you've got some gigs coming up later in the year. So
Yeah, so we've got Rochester Castle on the 6th of July.
We've also got 90s Baby Festival on the 20th of July, and that's in Manchester.
So a few 90s babies coming up as well.
Yeah.
Well, as I say, there's a big appetite for it. A lot of us are very much loving that. So do you think at some point there will be new Eternal music? What were your thoughts on that?
Do you know, at the moment it's kind of like, let's just dip your toes in.
Yeah.
You've taken time out to have kids and stuff like that. The body's a bit decrepit. You're like moving a bit slower.
The body is not decrepit. You're looking fabulous.
I didn't say speak for yourself, sis. My gosh.
Okay, I'll speak for myself.
God.
It's okay. Claim it,
Bernie's like, throw me under the bus.
No, she's just like, I'm decrepit as well. Come on now.
This is the way. Mandalorian. Love that. Dipping the toes. Let's see what happens. Who knows what the future will bring? But I think what's really important is enjoying it.
Yeah.
Enjoying every moment, every gig, every mistake that you make, and just laugh at yourself. Yeah, it is what it is. But just enjoy it at the moment.
Enjoy. Okay. Well, I've enjoyed and absolutely loved having you here in the studio. So thank you so much for coming by. And if people do want to hear your music, I mean, gosh, it's all over. It's streamed. People know where to find Eternal music.
Yeah.
There you go.
But if people do want to just, I don't know, hear more from you, you mentioned those gigs. Are you on socials under...
Yeah, we're on socials under our names. Yeah,
okay.
Twitter and Insta. You'll catch us doing some funny dances and things.
We
Yeah,
are trying to keep up.
Well, it has been an absolute pleasure. So I thank you both for coming by.
Thanks for having us.
Easther and Vernie of Eternal. Thank you so much.
Thank you.